get ready with me while I tell you guys a little bit about my makeup journey. So I've been into makeup for as long as I can remember. I think I started wearing makeup as young as like 10 years old when I started getting breakouts, and I know I would bother my mom to go buy me some concealer from the drugstore. Once I was old enough to start working, I had a cashier job at my local drugstore, and there was a cosmetic section, and I just couldn't help staring there all the time, just wishing that I could work in the cosmetics department. Eventually I did. And as I got more comfortable working with makeup and skincare, I really wanted to branch out. So I decided to apply to Sephora. I think this was in my late teens, and I got accepted and worked as an artist at Sephora, and I absolutely loved it. But growing up, MAC was like my dream brand. To me, that was the ultimate brand, and I'm still such a huge fan of MAC, as you guys know. I basically decided to take my shot and just apply at MAC. And I'm a self-taught artist, so that was super intimidating for me. Ended up landing the verbal interview, which was basically just a regular interview. But at that time, if you got a second interview with MAC, you needed to bring a model and do a look that they tell you to do in a certain time frame, and it was so intimidating. So I got the second interview, and they basically told me to be at MAC with a model at a certain time. This was in my early 20s, so I took my best friend, and I had to do a bold red lip, wing liner, and false lashes, and I think we had 15 minutes. And they were also looking at how we set up our station, how we interacted with our client. And like I said, at that time, that was so intimidating because I had never worked as a freelance artist before. Long story short, I got the job and I really loved it. MAC was definitely geared more towards sales, so that's the only part I didn't enjoy, but it was just so nice collaborating with the other artists, and I learned so much working with other artists, and I'm still friends with some of those artists today. Eventually, I worked at a salon in my area doing brides, and I eventually started freelancing. I always had such a curiosity with YouTube videos and just seeing so many people sharing their techniques, doing different tutorials. I'm definitely from that era where we just binge watched a bunch of tutorials, and I learned so much. Growing up, I was definitely always insecure. I never really fit in. I was definitely picked on in school. If you watch my previous anxiety video, you'll know a little bit about that. Makeup has just always been a way for me to express myself and just do whatever I want. And I know that I can wash it off at the end of the day and start fresh the next day. Growing up, I definitely come from more of a strict background, and I definitely grew up with a lot of control in my life. So makeup is the one thing that I can kind of do whatever I want, express myself however I feel like it. And I also just love to be part of a community where everybody just gets to express themselves the way they want. Like, in my opinion, of course there's ways to do makeup, but like any art, there really are no rules. Like, you can do whatever you want, express yourself however you feel like. I'm just all for anything that makes people feel good, especially during times where it's difficult in life. I've also met so many incredible people while freelancing, and it's just such a good feeling to do somebody's makeup and know that you've made them feel so beautiful. If you've made it this far in the video, I'm assuming that you just love wearing makeup as well. So drop a comment below. Why do you like wearing makeup or buying makeup, or what does makeup mean to you?